Church, good to see you again. Continuing with our devotions today. I just want to encourage you to look at our website. We have lots of resources for you if you're at home or have a moment with your computer. Go ahead and look at northalbany.org. You'll find tons of things to look at, and especially our videos and sermons are all online. We're going to be looking at a character study today with this man, this great man of faith, Joshua. Joshua kind of first comes on the scene, the Bible says, as the young aide to Moses. And he is the first to share about this golden calf worship by name. You remember this in the book of Exodus when Moses is going up to get the Ten Commandments. And it's kind of like the people are bored. And Aaron says, hey, why don't we just, instead of waiting for Moses, let's make our own God, right? And we'll worship it while we're waiting for Moses to come back. And they do that. They give Aaron all their earrings and gold that they have, and he fashions a golden calf for worship. It's interesting. And it's Joshua that says, hey, I hear the sound of war. It's almost as if he was with Moses, partly on the mountain, I'm not sure, but he comes down with us and says that, and Moses is like, this is something else. So it doesn't seem like Joshua was there, but he's the first to comment on that stuff that's going on. But he accompanies Moses quite often, and he is later chosen to be the leader after Moses because of his great leadership qualities and his example of having faith in God over and over again. You recall the story of Moses sending out 12 spies to go check out this promised land, which God told them they're going to get. I'm going to send you into this promised land flowing with milk and honey. And so Moses says, let's see if that's the case. So he sends these 12 guys out, representing one person from each of the 12 tribes. And they go out and they come back with good reports about the land, and it is flowing with milk and honey. But 10 out of the 12 of them say, let's not go in there because these guys are scary. They're huge. We look like grasshoppers in their eyes, and their cities are fortified. Let's not do it. But 2 guys say, we can do it, Joshua and Caleb. Why? Because God is on our side. Amazing, these guys' faith. In fact, when we were looking at names for Ben, Joshua and Caleb were 2 of the ones that were in the running, just because of their faithfulness, and just we like their names, but just tremendous guys of faith in the Bible. You know, a couple of the things, he was called someone who was similar to Moses, or the second Moses, because he did a lot of the things that Moses did. You know, for example, he sent out his own 12 spies after Moses had passed on and they were getting ready to enter the promised land. He sent out 12 spies. Isn't that interesting? It's where we have that story with Rahab and the spies. He also had an opportunity to watch a river, a waterway being split in 2, and the people walking across dry land as the Jordan was divided, and the people walked across just like Moses did with the Red Sea. You know, you recall the scene with Moses and seeing God. It seems as if Joshua at least experienced a time when he saw God. At least he spoke directly to God. And you remember that time with Moses, right? He says, God, I want to see you. God says, I'm not sure about this, because no one can see me and die. No one can see me or else they're going to die. So he says, here's what I'll do, Mo. I'll put you in the mountain and hold my hand over you, and you'll be able to see my backside as I lift my hand. And he does that for Moses incredibly. But the story with Joshua and God is interesting. Just before he enters Jericho, chapter 5 of Joshua, he encounters this guy on the road, and he says, hey, are you for us or against us? Why are you standing here? And he says, neither, but I am the commander of the army of the Lord, and where you're standing is holy ground. Kind of interesting, again, a similarity with Moses as standing before the burning bush. But there's a lot of similarities, even to the point of when they both were about ready to pass on. Moses gives some great speeches to the Israelite people, warning them to please follow God or you will be exiled. Same thing that Joshua does. Do not forsake God, folks, after all this time. And then he gives the Hobby Lobby verse that we know. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. But one of the things that I hold on to that's curious to me, and I'm going to be standing in line in heaven asking the question, Joshua led some brutal campaigns with the Israelite people, and they fought against Canaanites and others and just wiped them out and just annihilated them. And it makes you wonder, why, God? Why did you have to choose it that way? And have that question. Maybe you have that question too. How is that justified to do that? And all those questions we can have as we get to heaven. All in all, folks, Joshua is a tremendous leader, a man of faith who followed God, and it was a fearless leader, led his people faithfully. Well, folks, thanks again. I encourage you to check out Joshua and his leadership and his faithfulness. We'll see you soon.